Good morning, everybody. This is Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest. I hope you guys are all going to join me during maintenance later on stream today. For this video, we're going to be covering the Valentines Salire unit information, abilities, synergies, and some potential one-off global buffs that we should be watching for over the course of the next week or so. Let's dig in. Valentines Salire, pretty interesting unit. She is going to be the second Energist that has been added to the game. Her sub-jobs are going to be Time Mage and Black Mage, and I gotta say I'm a little disappointed by her sub-jobs, but we will get into that in just a little bit. Her TMR favorite dress is a cloth type. It's going to be 410 HP, 10 defense, 6 spirit, which is pretty powerful. And it gives the Miracle of Love, which consumes 20% HP and gives 200% chance for 1 magical evasion on self. And this lasts for 1 turn, keep in mind. Now, this would normally be a TMR that I'd be like, oh, this is a pretty cool effect. However, we have a very similar effect with Howlett's TMR, and for the life of me, I have not been able to get the AI to use Howlett's TMR ability, so I am a little bit soured on these magical evasion 100% reflex abilities just because they've never worked for me in the past, and I was really excited for them previously. Mastery ability is going to be HP up 10% for Ice allies, Ice attack plus 15 for Ice allies, and she's going to get a wonderful Spirit penetration 25 in her base kit. Looking at her stats, coming in at almost 3,000 HP is not too bad. 477 magic is kind of like the standard bread and butter magic level for magic users right now. Agility 57 means she's going to be just a little bit slow. She has 10% pierce resistance, she's 10% weak to fist, and she has 10% magic resistance. So no slash resistance, but also no slash weakness. Also, 10% magic resistance, pretty good right now for the world that we're in. She has 50% sleep resistance, which will be good for a lot of PvE content when we are fighting like Siren and Tower. She also has 50% berserk immunity, and with 10% confusion resistance, you're going to be able to do some things here to kind of get her to be a little bit more resistant to confusion as well. Some things to keep in mind for the global side. We are going to be getting a new Esper in the next week or so, and it is going to be, I believe it's called Fryevia, which will be kind of like an ice magic Esper. It will also come with an ice magic VC, which will be really powerful. One thing to also consider is that we are also expecting the Fryevia VC to come out here in the near future. This VC showcased right here is Giant Submission for the Fryevia art contest, so I'm hoping this will be the VC that we do see in the future. But definitely things to keep in mind, especially since Valentines Salire is going to be in this situation where we are going to have Fryevia EX and she's going to pair really well with her. I just think we're going to see Valentines Salire being more viable in global than she was in JP, particularly when you consider Fryevia EX coming on the global side, Fryevia's VC coming on the global side, with ice exclusive buffs on VCs, and with an ice magic Esper coming here. I just see this being potentially more of a big deal than we might think. I know a lot of people are like, but we have Rain EX already. We have King Mont right now, and I hear that, but I really think we might see like Victoria EX launched early as well, right? We just got Frostbite installed in the data, so we'll probably definitely be getting Curry. I can just see a Curry and Victoria simultaneous release, and all of a sudden we're gonna have Frostbite written everywhere in the game. So things to think about. Valentines Salire's primary weapon is gonna be the Dark Gloves. Of course, this is the weapon that Garvel uses. This is going to be released with the Agitator event that's coming out this week. Of course, with this comes the glove branded tablets. So I hope y'all who are pulling for her are looking forward to grinding out those tablets once more. Her primary shards can also be gotten from the Snowstorm Ridge all the time. Taking a look at her passives and counters. She does get the Energist super active passive, which is agility 30%, magic 60%, dex 60% for 5 turns to self. I think this is one of the best passives you can set. She also has CT change invalid, which has its niche uses. If you're going for like an extended duration battle, you can set double magic up for yourself, or you can go for high speed casting from the time mage passive as well. And any of those are going to do great for you. She's one of the first units ever that really makes me struggle with 2 really good counters. I feel like usually units only have like 1 good counter or no good counters, but she actually has 2 really good counters. She has physical reflex, which is a 15% chance to proc, and she also has one of my personal favorites, which is slow counter. It's a 50% chance to proc with a 50% chance to inflict slow. And for any of you that have ever run a mage with slow counter, like this could be the difference between winning and losing a game, particularly with Tidus in the world and all of that type of stuff right now. So definitely a good counter option. Either of these would be wonderful. Her basic attack, and the reason I'm putting this down is because I think it's really important and a lot of people don't realize that Energist attacks are actually considered a missile attack. So something to keep in mind with that. We also have her limit break, which will dispel all buffs per target, will dispel haste. It's a 200% modifier high range attack, and it's going to increase CT 250 for 1 turn to self. Again, we're seeing a lot of these trends with the increased CT for self on abilities, so I'm not doubting that this is going to be very powerful, and we are going to see this used. Taking a look at her other abilities at her primary kit, we want to look at what's getting upgraded here. So Key Bullet is usually one of the like lesser AP Energist abilities, and honestly, I feel like my Garvel never uses Key Bullet just because it's a missile attack, right? So it's a missile attack in his kit, and this is getting upgraded to 165% modifier with Valentines Salire. Honestly, though, I just always see my Garvel using Detonation, and I think it's just because it has higher range, it's 100% hit chance, and it deals more damage. Very similar with Twin Swelling. Twin Swelling is the other upgraded ability that she gets, and Twin Swelling is like an attack that can hit 2 spaces, and then it's kind of like an individual target attack. Well, this one makes it so that it hits 2 spaces and you have a range of 3. I don't feel like it's powerful, and I'm not sure we're going to see it used. I mean, honestly, when I think about Energist, I think about Detonation. Detonation is the ability that's used. Detonation is the ability that kills me. Detonation is the ability that terrifies me. What's interesting with Salire is her job level 25 ability is very similar to Detonation. It's called Thought Cross. It has the same amount of damage modifier on it, but it gives magic plus 30% for 3 turns to self. So I just imagine we're going to be seeing Thought Cross in combination with Detonation. Maybe we'll see some of her other abilities if she's getting up close and personal. I feel like, though, with the world that we're in right now, if she's up close and personal, the battle might already be over for her. Sub Energist is going to give her double hit bullet, which will be basically a 2-hit missile ice attack. Little bit relevant considering we do have some other ice missile units like Curry and Rosa. So you could be potentially chaining ice missile in the future. Doubt it. I haven't seen anything on the JP side that would necessarily require that. And then, of course, Key, which is a 25% chance to inflict sleep for 3 turns with a modified chance, which is also pretty poor. Looking at her sub jobs, I'm a little disappointed. She has sub job Time Mage, she has sub job Black Mage, but she has no access to Stop, she has no access to Quicken, and she has no access to Flare. So it kills me on the inside. I'm just like, what are these sub jobs? Honestly, I'm probably just going to be subbing Black Mage on her, and I'll probably just leave Blizzaga and Drain. I have a feeling, though, you're going to have to turn Blizzaga off because it is a higher modifier than Detonation and her job level 25 ability. So I bet you she would cast Blizzaga over using her abilities from her Energist class. So all kind of a mess for her sub jobs. Drain is nice, I guess, but I think you're going to really be working with that primary kit with her limit break. I would really love to see a VC ability come for her exclusively, or something that's going to give her just a little bit more pizzazz so far. In terms of Espers and Vision cards, of course, Shiva, Bahamut, and of course, Freezes will be wonderful for her. Also, the Freezes VC, for those of you that don't know, Ice individual unit bestowed effect is magic plus 30%. Party Ice units get Ice attack plus 35 and critical damage plus 13. And party Ice units get HP plus 25%. So literally like the best Ice VC in existence, which all of us will need to get. It's literally like Tetrasulfid for wind units. It's like, God, I can't even think of all the other elemental VCs that are out there, but we finally get that Ice attack plus 35 elemental VC for the party. Other than that, I could actually see Shiva being utilized with her, of course, just for the party-wide evasion up in maybe some type of an evasion composition. Maybe not specifically for her, but potentially to support, you know, maybe like a 2B if you're throwing 2B in your party. Of course, Fenrir is going to be really powerful to set in this kit. Probably not as her primary VC, but as a off VC to give her that magic resistance to make her a little bit more survivable against those Black Rose Helenas and those Yunas out there. And along with that, I would also throw Odin, because Odin, of course, has Ice unit accuracy up, as well as single target resistance up, which can be pretty nice. It's going to be interesting. I'm really interested to see as well if we do get some global exclusive changes to Valentines Salire, very similar to how Shadowlinks got changed on the JP side. You can guarantee the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stat compare Valentines Salire on the global side to Valentines Salire on the JP side. And I'm really curious if we are going to see anything else different. I'm also really wanting to 120 my Medina now, because part of me in my head is like, Ice Magic is coming. Ice Magic is coming. Like, I know Fryevia EX is coming out. I know Fryevia's VC is coming out. Like, I know these things are coming out. It just makes sense for me to go EX Medina right now. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you do want to support me, please use my affiliate link, dig.gs/coins. As always, I will be streaming later tonight. Please join me. I'll probably be starting around 9 p.m. Pacific time, and we will be going till reset. I haven't decided if we're going to pull for Valentines Salire yet. It will highly depend on what the banners are, since she is not a limited time unit anymore, and we are going to be getting Warrior of Light and Death Machine simultaneously released with her. Who am I kidding? I'm going to go pull for her. Have a good night, you guys, and hopefully I'll see you later tonight.